Batari. It's coming up the end of July, so these are calculated to be middle August harvest. So maybe with uh, first week August maybe, that will actually be harvesting rather than middle August. So they're becoming golden brown. Beautiful. Hot, muggy. Lots of rain the past few days. With the rain the past few days, the creek has filled up a little bit. Well, a lot. So when I was a young boy, the creek used to be quite high. The water level, that is. So more rain comes, and the creek water level will go even higher. So yeah, rain is good. There's a typhoon developing north of the Philippines, northeast. I think it will probably become a full-blown one. It won't dissipate, and it might turn back to the Philippines, or it might go toward Taiwan or Japan. Anyway, I'm crossing the creek. I have to go check the water pump. So this side of the creek, they're growing some vegetables. So these are pepper. They're not the spicy ones. So they're used for fish when you're cooking fish and other vegetable cooking. So this is the river. It hasn't really filled up yet. It's probably because of the dam upstream. So that's not bad. So the pump is positioned down there. We will have to bring it up if the water level rises. The other disadvantage planting at the lowland area is flooding. So this person over there is working very hard, and a lot of people are concerned about their plants at this low level. They may lose what they have if the river rises. It would be unfortunate. I am several meters away from the river edge. I measured the elevation. So here at this level, I am 52 meters above sea level. So I'm going to measure the sea level up there to compare how high the embankment is. And I was just noticing the impeller is gummed up with roots. When it's sucking water from the river, it has no free filter. So it'll suck whatever it'll suck and then gumb or jam into the impeller. So this is another job that needs to be done. This thing will be taken apart and brought up and clean the impeller. In the Philippines, machines like these are left alone, running sometimes 24/7. I really need to do something and improve maintenance. Really, the word maintenance here in the Philippines, not use. The machine is used, it'll break down, repaired, and then breaks down again, repair again. So it's a cycle. And I'm training the people to be to take care of the machines. I mean, there's no idea about maintenance. Hopefully I can get that into the mind and start thinking about maintenance. Kind of weird. According to my GPS, I am now 54 meters above sea level. When I was at the river edge, it was 52. So 2 meter, it was 2 meter difference. The GPS has an error of plus or minus 3 meters. So, I'll have to look into that. The plus or minus 3 meter vertical height. So I just went down there 52 meters on the river edge, plus or minus 3. And then 54 meters up here, plus or minus 3 error. Well, I do know that the GPS has a big error to prevent misuse of it by terrorists. So somehow I can't rely on this GPS to tell me vertical height. We'll have to use something else. I went back to recheck my vertical height. The error is quite big. So the GPS is not telling me true height. I mean, a real sea level. There's just far too much error. So I have to find another a more accurate measurement of sea level. Can't rely on the GPS. I wish it worked. What I wanted to find out is the sea level, which at the river edge, which then tell me the water level anywhere close by. That was my intention. But oh well, I have what I have. I think I have to factor in the error, plus or minus 3 vertical meters on the GPS coordinates. Here the river embankments is really eroding quickly. So they're working on preventing more erosion. So they're adding more walls, artificial walls there. So I'll walk over there. So here, if they don't add those protective walls, this is already eroding into the rice field. And so without the protection of without the protection, the rice field here, my rice field, will be eroded. Well, here's a fisherman doing the touchy-feely fishing, and the water buffalo resting. So, I'm not sure what he got. And that's how you do it. Maybe catfish, touchy-feely. This is one of the pumps that I've been using. So again, according to GPS data, I am at 52 meters above sea level. So the hose run up there, and quite frankly, that's about 4 meters vertical height. And the they're working toward the pump, so I have to move the pump soon. Um, they're adding or putting in the protection barrier to prevent additional erosion into this area. So it's better this now than later. Would have been nice if they did it sooner than this, but it's all about budgeting. Don't have budget, can't do much. So happy that they've done it or doing it. The length of the barrier is about 600 meters from the beginning over there up west. Hopefully the 600 meters will actually run up there to the other pump. Would be nice. That's why I'm here to check out the length of the barrier. I'm just gonna measure it on Google Earth later. So I'm up here. There's a plan to add or make this permanent, making it road to market. Uh, so it's easier for people to bring their produce to the market. So it would be good. Hopefully the road won't be eroded. So this rice breed is Batari. Um, so it's they're turning golden. The calculated harvest is middle August, but I'm factoring in the fact that it's been so sunny, and so we might be 2 weeks ahead of schedule for harvesting. First week August, last week July maybe. Hopefully before the typhoon season becomes a factor that I have to consider. It is a factor now. There's a typhoon being developed northeast. It may turn around and hit the Philippines, or it may go toward Japan. We'll see how that goes. Here the cages are built. There's many. And then they're lowered into the riverbanks and then filled up with rocks. So look like they're following the contour of the cliff, and they'll hit into my pump there. So that's why we're being asked to move it along the riverbank. Up into the distance, the high mountains, Sierra Madre. In the 60s, when there's no air pollution, I used to be able to see the trees up there. Now with the pollution, you can't see nothing. I used to love watching them, the mountains that is. That's a lot of rocks. That's a lot of labor. That's a lot of intensive manual labor. Uh, so the frames are then unrolled and then built up. Lots of frames. I actually didn't notice this before. but the river actually diverges, creating a Y. One goes north, no, northeast. The other one, this one goes east, but then curve around and meet up again over there. So interesting. Didn't notice it. So this is the start of the wall, and it's budgeted for 600 meters. So I'm going to measure that from here and then 600 meters with the winding. I've taken some other data sets or data points, creating data sets. That should give me a contour of the river. So I hope that it'll reach the other pump way at the end. Quiet. I used to come here swimming during rainy season. This river was, when it's really flooded, it's wide. And I enjoyed swimming here. Almost drowned here, close by. So, actually, almost drowned many times. Not just once. Several times in this river.